Those of you who got an invite, welcome to Nerd Prom.
No matter where in the world you are, we're all Nerds International. With the hyphen.
Alright, YouTubes, it's Mr. Mean coming at you again with another YouTube video du jour for role-playing games. Switched it up a little bit there, keep you guys on your toes. Anyway, it is Tuesday after the long weekend. Had a great day at work, got a lot of stuff done. Just got home, kids all situated, mama's making dinner. And had a neat package waiting for me. The Masters screen. For those of you that don't know, or if you're new to the channel, I'm a GM. I run a lot of different games, and a lot of games don't have GM screens. And so for the longest time, your option was make your own. There's a CD jewel case where you can make little miniature GM screens. Those don't work for me. I have crappy eyes. I have to wear glasses. I don't like bright light. That's why they're so dark. I can wear contacts, and my contacts are great. The problem is I can't. I got to wear glasses to read fine print, so I wear my glasses 90% of the time. But anyway, those were that was, you were limited if you had a game that didn't have a GM screen. Like a lot of the Savage Worlds games, they don't have GM screens unless it's a big production like Savage Rifts. Deadlands has its own GM screen. Rifts has its own GM screen, but like Evernight doesn't have a GM screen. So if you want to run Evernight, you can get the PDF of the GM screen that you can buy off of Pinnacle's website, or like say Solomon Kane, a bunch of their other games. Like if you wanted to run a Supers game, there's no dedicated GM screen. You have to make your own. There's a couple out there that people have hodgepodge and put together, but then you've got to put them in something. And a lot of people will use like a 3-ring binder. I don't like that approach. I mean, it does work, and if it's your thing, hey, cool. If it works for you, that's great. It doesn't work for me. I don't like it. So for the longest time, this was our option. You could buy this off of Studio 2 Publishing. It's like $35, $40. And it's just it's landscaped, which is nice. As you can see, I ran the last Parsec over the weekend on Saturday, and it doesn't have a dedicated GM screen. If you back the Kickstarter, I think you could have gotten a GM screen, but I'm not sure. But either way, you could buy the PDF of the dream, and it comes with all this cool art, and then on the inside, obviously your GM screen, and there's a couple different panel choices and stuff like that. And these are they tell you when you buy this screen to print it on heavy card or get it laminated. Now the pictures I got laminated. They're laminated so that they are easy to slide in, because the problem is with this GM screen, as you can see, I'm struggling to get it out right now. And I even had this stuff. I had the guy who laminated it at my local Kinko store to cut it down because the edges. But you can hear it's laminated. Last Parsec, really cool art. And you put it in here, and you have to fight to get it in. It's kind of a pain in. If you can hear me, I'm covering up the mic. Anyway, I'm done futzing with it. You get the idea. You buy the GM screen. It's like $30-$40. And it's a pain in the ass, to be honest. I mean, it's cool. It's better than having nothing, but it's a pain in the ass. You can't just, I have a nice color LaserJet. Unfortunately, the model I have doesn't take heavy paper. It can take heavier paper, but not the heavy paper that I like to print my GM screens on. So I either have to go to Kinko's or Office Max or, something like that, Office Depot, and I have to have my GM screen printed on heavy paper, and then come home and try to get it in that screen, and it's a pain in the ass. So, needless to say, while it is an alternative, it's not my favorite alternative. Well, my buddy was, we were chatting on Facebook, and actually, no, what had happened is I was trolling YouTube, and I came across a video of this, the Game Master's Tome, and it had an Amazon link, and I went to it, and now, the Savage Worlds one from Studio 2 Publishing, great option. It works. It is cumbersome. It's not easy to use. You got to fiddle with it. You got to go get stuff laminated if you want to get it in there and in and out halfway easy without tearing your paper or bending it. The other thing I've noticed is on a laser jet, even an inkjet or laser jet, what happens is if you leave your stuff inside the screen, like I'm wont to do if I'm running a campaign, I'm not going to pull it out every night or every week after I'm done running my game and then put it back in because it's such a hassle. What happens is the ink winds up sticking to that screen, and so you can see a ghost of the screen that was in there before. So I ran Shinetar for a long time, and when I pulled this out, I can see the text where the ink, transferred from my paper to the plastic on that GM screen. That's unacceptable to me. That's annoying. I have bad eyes as it is, so having to try to decipher something is not convenient for me. So overall, for people who don't mind pulling it out or don't mind the ghosting effect or whatever from the transfer of the toner onto the clear screen, it's not a bad deal. But it is expensive. It's like $35, and then you got to pay for shipping. It's that's too expensive for a generic GM screen. And of course, like I said earlier, you can go get the tri-fold 3-ring binders, and I've seen people make stuff out of those. I just don't like those. They're too bulky. They're too big. So I ran across this on YouTube, and then I went to Amazon, and then at the time I was talking to my friend, and he said that he has it. He just bought it, and he loves it. He said he had it all set up. He was showing me, because like me, he runs a lot of games that don't necessarily have a GM screen. So he said, dude, it's totally worth it. The pockets are actually a little bit bigger than 8.5 by 11, and it works really good. So I went on a lark, and to boot, it's $15 and it's on Prime, so that means no shipping. So I got this for $14.99. I figure for under 20 spot, I'd give it a check. So let's go ahead and rip it open. This is an unboxing as well because I haven't opened it. I just got it today in the mail. So let's see what we get. We can get it out of the packet. Now, it got a little damaged in shipping. I see one of the corners is a little muff. But it says on the back, actually this is from, on Facebook, you can follow them as Stratagem, Stratagem. On Twitter, at Brybelly, Brybelly. And it's copyrighted 2016 Brybelly Holdings Incorporated, Indianapolis, Indiana. So on top of that, it's an American-made it's an American company, but it was made in China. So it is what it is, and you can go to brybelly.com if you want to see more. So on the back, it's in a little cardboard sleeve. It says, "Knowledge without bound. Upon opening the Master's Tome, one truth becomes abundantly clear. This is a tome unlike any other. You'll find no printed pages betwixt the covers, for the Master's Tome is instead a boundless font. The onus is yours to fill it with the knowledge you require. Zeroth, the Grand Archivist." It says, "You control every aspect of your campaign. Why can't you control your GM screen? Free yourself from stock standard screens full of tables you don't need. This handy 4-panel GM screen is completely customizable. Just prepare the content you want on a piece of paper, then slide it into one of the tome's 8 pockets. You can even add notes directly to the waterproof vinyl with the included dry erase marker." So that's pretty cool. Now, I will say on the Savage Worlds GM screen from Studio 2, you can write on that one too with dry erase. It's just a plastic pocket, so you can write on it. And it has front and back as well, pockets, so you can put your own homespun art or whatever art you choose. And when you buy any of the Savage World GM screens, one of the things they do come with is they come with a ton of art, or several pieces of art, so that you can place it in. So there's our little dry erase marker, nothing special. And then this comes in a variety of colors. I got red. So as you can see, it is red, and I like that. It sticks out, and it is a nice. I can obviously tell that the paper is bigger than 8.5 by 11, and they've included some GMs for GM screen inserts for Pathfinder and D&D 5.0 or 5th edition. I don't run any one of those games currently, so this is kind of useless to me, but I will hold on to it because you never know. And one of my friends might be playing Pathfinder and forget his GM screen. I can hook him up. So, But this is the binder. It's and on top of, oh, and it even comes with the art. So on the binder, it comes in these colors. It comes in yellow, red, blue, and green. I chose the red. So you can see that's the insert. It is a little more flimsier than I thought it would be, but it's a 4-panel binder. So it's going to set up really nice, and you can bend it either way. The other thing I don't like about the Savage Worlds GM screen is you have to bend it a certain way. If you bend it the opposite way, it will bend, but it's tight and it doesn't want to lay flat. So that's the front of the GM screen. I kind of like that generic. I run a lot of different games, and I don't always want to print off a bunch of art. So this is nice to just have these panels. So that's very nice. But the crux of the situation is, let me see, I think inside of here I have my Savage Worlds Rifts GM screens. Actually, I don't, but I do have some blank 8.5 by 11 heavy card paper. So let's see if we can slide it in there easily. Oh, it is. It is quite a bit wider. Oh, that's nice. So as you can see, I'll turn this around so you can see it. That is what it looks like with a sheet of paper in there. So there's a little bleed on both edges. There's a little dead space here, but that, to me, that doesn't bother me. If I can get my art or my paper in and out easily, and it seems that the plastic is pretty sturdy, so that's pretty spot on. So needless to say, I am quite happy with this, and it folds up either way. I can fold it inwards or outwards, and I have no problems. Yeah, that's nice. Although it's not made to fold that way, you can see it's kind of thicker. It's made to fold the other way. Yeah, so it folds up nice and flat that way. So I'm very happy. I'm excited about that. So that was it. I just wanted to do a quick video. I'll include a link to the Amazon page where you can get it. Like I said, right now it's on Prime. I don't know how long it'll stay on Prime, but it was dirt cheap, and I mean, for that price, that's easier than a trip to Kinko's. They deliver it right to your front door, so that's even better. Or Office Depot or your office supply store, because you can find things similar to that in those stores, but it's not going to be quite what you want. So I think that's an awesome deal. So anyway, it's Mr. Mean signing off. Quick little video. I just wanted to do that. And as always, peace and hair grease. And remember, be nice.